From the Marquee Media Studio inside Mark Tank, it's the Mark Haney Show.
Today is going to be, I would say, I'm predicting the most fun show of the year. I'm having Kristine Hyde and Brenda Deary on the show, and they own Drybar. And as you know, the Mark Haney Show is about building the backyard advantage, the most connected community in the world for local entrepreneurs. So these entrepreneurs are certainly connected, and we're going to be talking about their cheat code, their advantage, and how they may be able to give you a cheat code because they help you help us to look our best. And so thank you and welcome to the show. Appreciate you both being here today.
Thank you.
So maybe we should just start by asking the question. Kristine, you've been on the show before. What is Drybar? And is there an advantage that you've built with Drybar?
Oh, absolutely. Drybar is, we do one thing and we're the best at it, and that's blowouts. And we're not just selling blowouts.
And if I interrupt you occasionally, is that okay?
Absolutely.
So now a blowout, we're not talking about a tire. We're talking about a beauty experience that you go to maybe the day of something like a wedding or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
It is the experience that you want, everybody wants, right?
But it's an everyday, too. It's not just a special occasion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're open 7 days a week, and we open at 7 a.m. during the week. And so we get that entrepreneurial woman. We get that working woman coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning to start her day.
So, Brenda, we were talking a little bit earlier. My daughter is a good client there. She goes a couple times a week. Okay, so we'll get into some of that stuff. And maybe just give me a little bit more of the overview. And is there a competitive advantage, Kristine?
No question.
Okay.
No question, right? I mean, Drybar, you come in, we wash your hair. First, the stylist is going to find out what you have going on. Oh, I have a meeting today, or I'm going to your son's wedding, maybe. Mm-hmm. And, whatever else you have, or just it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday, and I want to feel good and look good. So we do a really clean wash, get rid of all of the other products that you may have in your hair. And that's where we start. And that is the Drybar advantage. The second part of the Drybar advantage is the actual blowout, the brush curl. We build a brush curl into your hair.
I've seen my daughter's hair, and it looks like sometimes she looks better than other times, and I'm like, oh, you went to Drybar, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So we build in that curl because a lot of times people will dry your hair straight and then they'll put a hot tool in it and put curls. And the Drybar advantage is the way we do a blowout is it lasts longer.
Yeah, it's different. It's really different than any other way. We put our new stylist in, we continue education as well, but through a 3-day training. Like, we're very different. We don't hold a brush this way. We hold it this way. You can't see, your listeners can't see what I'm doing, but it's really something special.
Well, for all you listeners out there, you're going to have to go over to YouTube. This will be playing on YouTube because we have two very attractive women in the house. Basically, the other question I was going to ask you is, do blondes have more fun?
Totally.
Because I'm a blonde. Totally. It's a little gray mixed in. You're strawberry blonde?
I used to be blonde.
You're like strawberry blonde.
You never know.
Yeah.
So you feel like, yeah.
So going in there, the experience though, I imagine it's like a fun experience.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, hence the name Drybar. Everything is based on something you would find at a bar. Like, even our products are named for things that you would find at a bar. We didn't bring Mr. Incredible. Mm-mm. We forgot. We always like to bring him.
Well, he's already here.
That's true. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you,
Mark,
I'll pitch it today for Mr. Incredible.
We are fun. We are in fun environment, fun atmosphere, fast paced. We have music, and our music sometimes is louder, especially on Saturdays when we need that energy. And then we have romantic comedies playing on the TV. So you get the best of both worlds. And we have fun people. We're always there to have a laugh and enjoy in your day with our clients.
So what's the percentage of clients that are men versus women?
I would say it's
99.
I was thinking it was 99, but I was like, do guys go in there?
We used to get a lot more. It's interesting.
Because guys have long hair.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like we have a few regulars, but I
feel like
they like romantic comedies
They
too.
totally like romantic comedies.
I think they come in for the wash and the scalp massage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, you know what, Mark? You should come in for a wash and scalp massage.
I love a scalp massage.
Oh, you'd love it?
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try it. And so is it, so people get their hair cut, and a lot of times they get their hair done at the barber or at the the hairstylist or whatever. This, you don't get your haircut. You go in just to get dolled up, if you will.
The blowout.
Okay.
Yeah, no cuts, no color. That's our tagline.
Yeah.
Is it?
Spots.
I'm only imagining that it's got to be kind of expensive. Give us the.
I call it an affordable luxury because that's what it is. You come in for 45 minutes. It's typical 45-minute time frame, and it's $59.
Oh, okay. It's cheaper than getting your haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, for a woman to get their haircuts, a lot of times it's hundreds of bucks. Yeah,
hundreds.
$100. Yeah.
Hundreds.
And blowouts in full service salons are often
like
double.
hundreds.
Yeah. And weddings too. We have wedding parties that come in, and we don't upcharge for weddings. If you're getting a blowout because you're getting married or you're going to a wedding, we don't charge differently that day because it's a wedding.
So I heard a rumor, or not a rumor, I heard something the other day about how much women spend per year on health and beauty, and I couldn't remember the amount. Whatever it was like, oh, that's a big amount. So Scott and I ChatGPT'd this, and it turns out that women on average spend about $3,000 to $4,000 a year on health and beauty. Would you agree with
that? Does seem low.
I feel like that was lower than what I had heard too.
I think that seems low.
Okay.
But I feel like, again, going back to that affordable luxury, you can get your hair done at Drybar and it could last you. We teach you how to maintain that blowout too. So it can last you, if you're lucky, 4 or 5. Some women come in weekly and they don't wash it until they come back in. So it really is a luxury. And you spend a little bit of money, you walk out feeling like $1 million.
So I wash my hair every day. Most people, the women don't, and I guess women don't really do that as much, huh?
No,
not as much. I mean, unless you're getting in a really hardy workout and you're very sweaty. And I think, and if it's not too sweaty, we have dry shampoo for that.
Okay.
Kind of soaks
it right
oil.
up. It's a miracle. I have like 2 cans in my hair right now.
Okay, so I'm going to circle back around to this experience because you guys brought some products in here, and I'm really intrigued because I know you brought something else that's sort of like secret that you've been kind of thinking about passing back and forth, and I'm really intrigued about that. But I'm going to save that for the end because, I want to keep my anticipation going.
Oh boy!
So you have an advantage, but one of the advantages is the unique experience and the unique product, but. It's last time you were on the show, Kristine, you wished that Brenda could join us. And so I want to ask about business partnerships, and because I have this philosophy that nobody builds a truly great company alone, but yet there's other people out there that say, I don't want a business partner. Where do you two come down? Obviously you're partners, and has that been a help? A hindrance, or is it hard? Is it hard in any way?
I wouldn't have done it without you. It's just, we are so, I'm just going to say this, we are so good together. You hear about these horror stories of people going into business with each other and it ruins a relationship. In fact, it's made our relationship stronger.
Definitely.
Were you friends prior?
Yes, we met through our kids' school and we started doing fundraisers and things like that at our children's school. And we just realized how great we work together. And we thought about like, oh gosh, we're making money for them. What if we made money? What if we did something fun and for us? Like, what would that be? She was always a Drybar junkie. I'm going to call her a Drybar junkie.
That's true.
She was. She wouldn't go to a city without a Drybar being there because she doesn't brush her own hair. And she still doesn't brush her own hair.
Still true.
And I want to capture a lesson in there too, because, so you guys were working fundraisers together. One of the things I think about is there's opportunity everywhere. We just sometimes don't realize it. Working a kids fundraiser, some people might look at that as a chore, if you will, duty, and others might, you discovered a business partner because, and fundraisers are interesting because you can really tell who works, who's organized, who's good with people. You really get a sense as to what the people are like when you're doing fundraisers. So for anybody out there that's thinking that it's a chore, well, maybe think again. Maybe there's opportunity. Your next business partner, one of your employees, maybe somebody that might even hire you, might be at that fundraiser. It's a great place to meet people.
I absolutely agree. I mean, Brenda has the Midas touch when it comes to relationships. I mean, she will make you feel like you're the most important person, and authentically. I remember when I first met her and I was like, she is so beautiful and she's so nice too. And it's carried on. Sweet. I mean, she's very welcoming. If you walk into Drybar and she's at the front, which she was on Saturday, everything's going to be okay. We laughed. We had so much fun this last weekend. We ended up working in the front, the bartender role. That's what we call it. And it's been a while. It's been a while. And
we're two old ladies trying to do a young person job. We're like, oh yeah.
But I mean, what we saw was it was great to see, old friends who are clients. We've gotten to know these other women in our business, and it was just really fun. But Brenda's really great at that and building that immediate rapport.
How do you resolve like duties or who's going to do what, or maybe even if there's a disagreement about things? How do you work with that?
That's a good question. You know what? I think in the beginning it was kind of trial and error. I think. I mean, we really just were open with one another. She does payroll. God bless you.
And she does
payroll.
Inventory. God bless you.
So we did split some things down the middle, and as we've grown, which is great because we continue to grow, we have brought on a leadership team that helps us with that. So we have been great about, bringing we have not hired anybody once on the street. I mean, let me rephrase this. We have grown our team. So you work for us, you're a part of our family, whether you like it or not. We see the potential in all these people that work for us. So we're plucking. We're like, you're good. I think you would be great at this. So we're teaching them, a skill set. We're teaching them how to potentially maybe run their own business one day. And that's something we pride ourselves on. And one of the things I think that we decided before opening our doors for the first time was like, we want to be good employers. We want to be good to people. We want people to come back. Even after they leave. Sometimes our babies, their wings are, ready to fly away and they go off to something else, and we prepare them for that something else, not even just within our four walls.
How much experience do you need or artistic capability do you need in order to be a Drybar teammate?
You just need a cosmetology license.
Oh, you do need a cosmetology license.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be
they've been trained. They're licensed by the state.
They want to be
They're
in this role.
Yes. They've made a commitment to their education and to their career, and we in turn make a commitment to them. We teach them how to do a drybar blowout. We develop them. Like what Brenda's saying is we are, everyone thinks they're unique, but we really are. So we have a development program within our four walls. We've only hired, as Brenda was saying, one manager from the outside, and that was before we opened because we had to.
Oh, okay. So when you're growing, it's easier to promote from within. We need more people. We're growing.
Growing in our backyard.
Yeah, that's so cool.
We just feel like it's the right thing to do. They're not just there to do hair. They are there to develop as humans and continue their career. And so that's fun. And that's been really fun.
Yeah.
And I think our dynamic is, I'm sure it's unique, but there's probably other people like us. But yes, we get into disagreements. To date, we'll call it 8-9 years. We've only had one impasse where we absolutely
didn't agree.
Did not come to it. And
what happened?
It ended up resolving itself.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, huh?
I'm like, okay, I'm
sounds like we don't want to talk about that one right now.
But it wasn't an ugly one.
No.
It was just like
we
we just
both had
like,
our
nope,
beliefs.
I absolutely disagree. Well, I disagree too. And we, of course we disagree, but we work it out. We have the same value system. We have the same goal. And at the end of the day, when we walk into the shop, it's the outcome that we're in complete and utter alignment with.
We always tease our team. We're two people, but we have one brain.
We only have one brain.
And we share it a lot because a lot of times, like I'll say something and it'll be the same exact thing she says seconds later or seconds before. It's like, see, we do. We think a lot alike.
That's so important for building the great cultures to be able to have a team that works in unison like that. That's so cool. And I can imagine the employees kind of have some of that too, where they're utilizing your mantras and your terminology.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we're lucky enough that we have such a great team right now. I'm going to knock on wood. I mean, it's hard because there is change and there's turnover. I mean, in any business it's that way, but we're just lucky right now. So we always go, oh my goodness, thank goodness we're in a good spot. We've been through some bad spots. Yeah. Nothing crazy, but we had a pandemic. I mean, and that we were a very unsupported industry in that time. We had to shut our doors for how many months?
9 months.
9 months.
Oh my gosh.
And then again, having that, like, you can only have so many people in your shop. In 2021, it was the same thing. We were limited.
How long did it take for people to come out? I've noticed this too. We have a co-working space, and during the pandemic, nobody wanted to come. At the beginning, everybody was afraid to just, be in the same room with somebody.
Right. Yeah.
So we were cleaning the walls and cleaning everything, all the time, and still nobody wanted to come in. and then it gradually came back. We're full now, but I'm kind of wondering on something like, events and things like that. It's taken a while for stuff like that to come back.
Yeah.
And that's when you want to you look your best.
Right. We've noticed that. I mean, and it has taken a little bit to grow back our our steady eddies. I mean, we always had our loyal clients. We call them barflies.
Yeah.
They own, like, and Ashley's one of them.
Realtors.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But it's, it has, because you're right, it's changed.
Did people want, like, I want to look good for a Zoom call?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Zoom hair. We were talking about Zoom hair all the time, and we still do. It's still there, but it's like we see things opening up, and that's so great to see. Like, there's parties, there's weddings, there's big events happening, and so we're happy to be a part of that.
People that maybe don't know where Drybar is, can you talk about the location and convenience and stuff?
Yeah, we have two.
Okay, so you have the Roseville one.
Yes.
I didn't know about the other
It's
one.
right down the street. And in Sacramento, we have one on, it's the University Village, so it's by Zocalo's. We always say by Zocalo's and Safeway there.
So you go in kind of like more high-end areas? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we're lucky enough, we've got two great spaces. We're happy where they are. And the Roseville location is just kitty corner from the Galleria, so that's very convenient for a lot of people. Yeah.
That is convenient. I drove by it the other day, and I'm like, oh, they're coming on the show. This was like this is just like last weekend. It reminded me about this. So great location. So if you're in Sacramento, it's kind of a destination too, I would think, because you're coming to Roseville or Sacramento. People will come a distance to get something like that done.
Yeah, they do. We have a lot of people. I mean, we have a lot of people from Davis.
Yeah,
which is interesting. They're like, please come to Davis. Go over the Causeway. We're like, maybe one day. Yeah. And we've got Folsom. A lot of people in Folsom are begging for us to come
near the Palladio or something like that.
So we have people coming from all over. We're lucky.
What is the plan for future growth? Is it more locations?
I mean, yes. I mean, our plan was, we wanted to take over the world one Drybar at a time. But again, going back to that pandemic thing, it just slowed us down just a little bit. So we're starting to look around and see where we might want to be.
There's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
Roseville itself, there's so much growth here. And we always thought that Roseville could probably support up to 3 shops. Surprisingly, they're building high schools. There's a lot of movement, and the economic impact in this area is great. And they're very pro-business here.
They
especially
are. A lot of people,
County.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. All of Placer County is good. And so is Folsom and El Dorado Hills and that area too. So, okay, so let's talk about the products. So I see, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this unless I hold it up, but you brought in like a tray. It looks like I'm a bartender and I'm serving drinks here.
Exactly.
And
You're talented too, because that's not easy.
So this is what they brought in. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll hold it up a little bit. It's basically this tray with, 15 or 20 items on there, and there's a lot of things that I guess we can put into our hair. So there are choices.
Everything there.
Not all at once, though.
Oh, okay. So some of them replace each other. Is there any that we want to maybe bring out that are kind of unique?
I think our kind of our old faithfuls are the tall bottles, like triple sec, which
Triple sec is the name of it?
Hot toddy. That's a heat
Hot toddy.
protectant.
Okay. I like that one. I should get some of that from my brother-in-law. His name's Todd.
Yeah.
And he's hot.
Hot toddy.
There you go.
Let's see. Seltzer Spritz.
That's a hairspray.
Oh, that's hairspray. Okay.
And then the other pink bottle, the tall one, that's a prep rally. That is what you would put on your hair after you wash it before you brush it out. It's a detangler. It's also a heat protectant. That is probably
the number one.
Yeah.
Well, we have
next to triple sec.
Triple sec.
Which one's triple sec? This
That
one?
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this triple sec. Now that's what I would put in a margarita, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Don't do that with that though.
Yeah. Okay.
It might taste good at first, but
So this is
It'll smell
finishing. It's healthy, right?
Yeah.
It's probably more healthy than the real stuff.
It might be. Yeah.
Finishing spray. What do you?
That's a 3-in-1.
Okay.
it's if you want to
That's different than hairspray. Then.
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to zhuzh up your hair. Give it a little life. That might be for the day after you get a blowout. You give it a little zhuzh. It
interesting.
absorbs oils and just
Gives you a body. Yeah.
Zhuzh is more like fluffiness.
Yes.
Okay. For the audio listener, she puffed her hair a little bit when she said that, but is it a little bit? Okay, so I've noticed that. But guys don't want that, apparently. Guys are happy with flat hair.
I guess.
That's interesting.
Know.
And let's say the pompadour, if you have a little pompadour going,
true.
you want to zhuzh that.
Okay. Okay, so any other products that we want to make sure that are like...
our newest is the Big Brew, the shampoo and conditioner, and those two products next to it are all volumizing. We have different lines that do different things. So Big Brew is our newest one, and I think they use it on me today. It gives a little bit more body.
Okay, so you utilize the service too. You don't do that at home, even though
not often. But
do you have the capability of doing it too? Like you know how to do
it
hair.
myself.
Yeah.
I am not a licensed cosmetologist.
Oh, you aren't. Okay,
just play one.
Yeah.
In the shop. But no, I do my own hair often. But when I want to have a treat and we're not crazy busy,
podcast with Mark Haney. I got look hot.
Although I did brush my hair out because anyways, long story short, yes, that is what they used on me today. And it just creates a little, I didn't put any hot tools in my hair. Yeah. She's got your difference is maybe more hot tools in your hair. You'll see a little more defined curl. So we have a lookbook that has several, different looks, but all of our products.
Lookbook. Okay, so I come in as part of this experience, sorry to interrupt you. I get to see different hairstyles and
Yeah, wow. They're all signature styles for us, but you can bring your own lookbook in and say, or a picture of yourself saying, I loved my hair when it looked like this. Can you replicate this? And we're like, yes. They're all licensed and can do anything amazing. They're magic.
During the pandemic, my hair got pretty long, and I had this picture of Keith Urban, right? My wife loves Keith Urban, the country singer, and I have about the same color hair as he does. So I did grow it out, and then I got a picture. I don't know where it's at, but of me trying to look like Keith Urban, which.
See, we should have done a blowout on you.
Yeah, I could have done. You could have done that
before. Yeah, and you know what? The other thing that we love about Drybar as an organization is that it's all. I mean, one of our core values is always be growing, and we could have stuck with the core products and tools, but Drybar is listening to stylists across the country, and they're telling the company, hey, we need products for this, we need this, and every year they do a poll and they figure out what's needed, and they do research and development. You have your own R&D team that's actually on the floor working with clients. So these new products that have come out are great. They're terrific. We brought back a favorite, Bay Breeze. That is a great treatment to get in the bowl while you're getting your hair washed. You get a scalp massage, you get a hydrating treatment, all those things, and again, just healthy hair.
Yeah. How important to success is the way we look? Because we have business people that listen to the show. It might be a startup, might be a venture capitalist, it might be just somebody that is interested in business. But a lot of times we sort of kind of play that down a little bit. Maybe it's an excuse, but I've often heard that, it was a big part of success is looking good.
Well, we always say it's the confidence. If I am pitching, an idea to people and I don't feel confident, like maybe I don't like my outfit or my hair, I didn't, we've established I don't brush my own hair, and I want to come in with my best foot forward, whether it's a presentation for funding or anything, a school presentation and whatever, an event that I'm going to, the Mark Haney Show. I want to look my best because I'm automatically going to feel my best.
Yeah. Would you anything to add to that?
Well, she just said the best foot forward. I'm like, and then you bring your hair.
Yes.
Yeah, the best hair forward. I mean, it does. I mean, we absolutely are selling confidence. And when you feel good, you look good. When you feel good, you look good. You look good, you feel good, right? It's like, hair is power. It really is. And I know that's silly to say, but at the end of the day, you pull any woman that would think about going someplace, would they get their hair done or their nails done? It's going to be their hair. Because hair, you see that in somebody. I mean, you really do. Hair is power.
And we see it every day in the shops. We see people come in with a scrunchy, messy bun, roll out of bed. Everything else is put together. And the hair, and we see the body language. Sometimes I am slipping over for those listening. And when they walk out, shoulders back, their heads up high, they're feeling good. Everything's put together.
Well, I want to compare just for a second. I hadn't thought about this, but my granddaughter went and got her nails done the other day, and I'm thought, oh wow, so that industry has really taken off. And you may not know this, but many of the nail people are Vietnamese, and that started from Sacramento up in Weimar, and during the 70s and the Vietnam War. They had a camp up in Weimar, and the one lady that it spawned from her, and now is basically a western part of the United States, is pretty much Vietnamese nail people. And it started out of Sacramento, which is kind of interesting. But I think about this industry as compared, this seems like it's less developed. I mean, obviously there's haircutters all over the place, but the blowout, if you will, doesn't seem as much of a developed industry yet. I don't hear about, my granddaughter getting her hair blown. She probably will because her mom, but.
She has.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. But how much room for growth is in the industry?
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, Drybar really was a disruptor many years ago.
You're the pioneers for sure.
Yeah, and they, Allie Webb was doing blowouts out of the back of her car, maybe not in back seat, but going to people's homes, and she was like, oh, I think there's a market for this. They'll come in, and when they opened that first shop in Brentwood, California, there's a line out the door. Women were like, yes, this is what I want. And there is definitely an untapped market. We have not even begun to saturate this market that we're in. In Roseville, until all of our chairs are filled every day, we're not done.
So are you a franchise?
Yes.
So you're part of the Drybar franchise. What's it like to be a franchisee? Is that, do you love it? Are there pros and cons?
Yeah, there's pros and cons. Well, Drybar sold. This was a couple years ago. They sold to a company named WellBiz, who have been amazing. I mean, they have created like some standard operating procedures and things for us with boots on the ground that have really helped us. So yes, we feel like they're a great partner for us. For sure.
What now? They're a great partner. They obviously help with the products.
Yeah.
Is that a big piece?
Yeah, well, yes.
Some of them are yours too, though.
Drybar also sold their product line to Helen of Troy.
Oh,
just letting it out. So we don't own the product line anymore, but they still listen to what it is that our stylists need. So it's that, that's that research and development Kristine was talking about. It still is important to them because it's the Drybar name and it's important to us. So.
And then do you have like a geographic territory? You have one in Sacramento, you have one in Roseville. Is there others that you could locate? How far could you locate away from here?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's easy for them to say, Brenda and Kristine, let's have you guys open another one. We're already there. We're tried and true. I think that's part of, the agreement in a sense that they would rather have us open another shop. So we talk about it. It's just, we're waiting for that right time,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the economies of scale, right?
Yeah.
Having one shop was amazing, and we immediately, within 6 months of opening Sacramento, we started looking for the next location because it was so much fun. I think we were sleep deprived though. Maybe that's why.
But we were it was that momentum, and it was so great and so fun, and we saw the potential and knew that it was something we wanted to do.
So we talk about the economy a little bit, and some people say we're entering a recession. There's some people that say we're in a recession, but it still seems pretty good out there. Any sense for the state of the consumer? I mean, you're growing, so maybe it's harder to tell, but I'm thinking that maybe luxury type items might be getting hit a little bit. Is that true? Are you feeling it at all?
I feel like it's hard to rate it now. Summers are not that busy for us. People go on vacations, kids are out of school, moms aren't, they're busy doing other things, but right when kids go back to school, mid-August to early September, we start picking up. So we see that we're kind of, the way that our business goes is it's definitely by month. Right now we are growing like crazy. Like our business is growing like crazy. We're filling up. We see people are booking early. They're not booking the same day because they know they can't get in, because we have a booking system. It's easy. It's easy to book at Drybar. We have 3 ways to do it. We have an app. We have our online, and we also have phones in the shops. So you can call our shops. But we see people now, I am booking out every Saturday till the end of the year. I just did that for a client yesterday. She's like, I want to make sure I have my 8 a.m. So I'm like, let's do it now. get it in there.
Okay.
So we see it ramping up.
We're in homecoming season.
Yeah, I mean,
homecoming and prom and all that for high schoolers.
Yeah, we get busy. We get busy. So it's hard to determine. That's a really great question, but I feel like we're ramping up right now, and we're not going to stop until the end of the year, hopefully, and then keep going.
Okay, what did I not ask you? We didn't really talk about we didn't outline the show. These are just topics that we sort of generated from my own curiosity, but I want to make sure that we cover the things that you guys want to talk about too.
I don't know. This is fun. You're so much fun to talk to.
I know.
It's so
It's
easy.
so easy.
I forgot we were on a podcast. We're just sitting around chit-chatting.
No, I mean, I think growth, here we are. We just celebrated 7 years of being open in Sacramento. In July, we celebrated 5 years in Roseville. And we mostly know what we're doing. Every now and again, we learn something new, and fairly often. And what do we do next? How do we keep people coming back? And that has to do, we think, with our team and the culture that we have in the shop. And I think that's really important. The people that we're connected to, the products and tools and WellBiz, they have a motivation, obviously, to continuously grow. New products, exciting new things. We have a holiday little product that we brought to show you.
Oh, yeah.
This launches in the next several weeks.
Ready to go.
It's ready to go. But it's a cute little thing for the holidays. And internally, we keep thinking, we got to make a great environment for our team. We have to develop them. You got to love to come to work, because people leave companies. No, they leave bosses, right?
Are there any stories of people that you're really proud of at work, of maybe somebody who's really stuck with it through something difficult, and now they look what they've become?
So many. We both are mothers to boys, so we have everybody works at Drybar, but we have
like
a lot of
65,
we have a lot of daughters,
70 daughters.
Yeah.
It's fun.
A few more sons, and I think, gosh, there's so many. We have people that came in and started as a bartender, the front desk. I have one. Yeah,
Tell me
she
a
was
tearjerker.
afraid. I might cry. I'm a crier. She was afraid. She was a licensed cosmetologist, or not yet licensed.
I think she was not yet licensed.
And was afraid. She'd been through school, was afraid. She's like, she didn't have confidence. So she started in our Roseville location. She was the best at the front desk. Then, had to close the shops for that period of time. And because of the pandemic.
Was she afraid that she was going to mess up somebody's hair?
Confidence.
Yeah.
Who knows? Her own internal.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear of not doing the best job.
Yeah.
And if you're a perfectionist and you're in this industry, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because
they are.
Yeah, and they all are to a certain degree.
So then she came to Sacramento and she started at the front desk, and we said, no. At this point, she had her license. We said, we don't have a job for you as the bartender. You have to be a stylist. We kind of forced her. We knew. She's amazing. So she was a bartender, lead bartender. She became our lead stylist, maybe the assistant manager.
And now
manager.
she's regional.
She's our regional manager.
Wow. What's her
amazing.
name?
Amanda.
Amanda, you're an inspiration to all of us.
Yeah, Amanda Vasquez. Really she's great. She thinks like an owner. Oh. If you could have 5 Amandas who really has your best interest at heart, it'd be amazing.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you develop the Amandas? Because some people, you took the personal time and you taught her how to, you pushed her in the pool and made her swim.
Yeah, we did push her in the pool. We did.
And she swam.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I'm sorry that I'm telling all the stories, because there's an experience that I will never forget. And that was Brenda in the back of Sacramento with Natalie.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Looking at her going, you are the professional. You know what you're doing. You
can do
understand.
this.
You've
You can do
got
this.
And this new stylist, you have a new product in Sacramento. She's one of our first 15 stylists that we hired. She ended up being the most favored. She struggled she wanted to do something different independently.
Well, with confidence, though. I think with confidence, she had an issue that day, and and a client said something maybe that hurt her feelings, and she didn't think she did a good job. And she was in the back crying and just bawling. And I remember just taking her by the shoulders and like, girl, you're the professional. you can do this. You've got this. You are so good. You don't even know how good you are. Like, those are the things we want to tell our people, like, because they may not see it. Mm-hmm. They pick out the worst of things, right? And that's what they hang their hat on. But we're the ones trying to tell them, like, you've got this.
I was thinking about the culture of something like that, because I've seen, I coach football, I coach guys, right? And, employees, I've had a mix of men and women. And when you get a larger group of women together or a larger group of guys, this culture of its own. So it's mostly women working in there, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, so there's a culture that takes on. I've seen it in girls' sports as well. That there can be clickiness and things like that. And how do you deal with the drama? Because you said you don't have daughters, which is interesting to me, because I would think it would be an advantage to know how to, straighten. I can straighten up the young men, but I would be like afraid to straighten up the women or the younger women.
Yeah. Well, we were teenage girls at one time.
Yeah. Okay. So Okay.
We know.
So but BS when you when you see it.
We don't stand for it.
We just don't.
Yeah.
We just don't have a tolerance for it, and I think they know that. Our team knows that.
You can't be a mean girl or whatever.
No divas, no mean girls. You clean your own brushes. You do your thing. You clean up after yourself. Like, we have really instilled that with this team, and I think that's what makes it successful, because they respect one another too. It's not like, they can get away with not doing the chores at the end of the day. They all know they have to put it in. And it's interesting, and it's fun to see them create this bond because of it.
And they hold each other accountable.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's not to say there aren't challenges with young men or you too. Yeah. They're just slightly different, I think, in some ways. Okay, so you had something that you were. Let's go to the secret thing that the anticipated.
It's kind of a wah-wah-wah now.
I feel like it's like
it is.
I mean, we think it's special.
Okay, let's see it.
It's sort of our getting ready for the holiday thing. And this is our second time on this show. She was here in spirit. And we have these for our team. And so we wanted to give you one.
Oh,
it's a little
thank
star.
you.
Because you're a star.
And you are a superstar.
Thank you very much.
You are so encouraging to the entrepreneurial community. I know you know all this, but I mean, what you've developed in our backyard here is so important to our economy.
Yes.
Really. And it's that same thing, like taking people by the shoulder saying, Natalie, you got this. You can do this. And it's that first step of an entrepreneur. I mean, my husband was like, wait, what? You want to, what is a blowout? I mean, I was driving to San Francisco to get my hair done at Drybar. It was the closest one. Not every day, just every now and again. And Brenda's husband, same thing. He's
like, bricks and mortar? You're going to open a shop? Like, what?
And I think
you're crazy, right?
And I think you know this story, James Beckwith from 5 Star Bank.
Yes.
We talked to him, and he sort of put his head to the side, and he goes, I don't really get the blowout, but I understand what you're doing. And he was all in. I mean,
that's so cool.
We had people contact us who knew about Drybar. One woman in particular who, through a friend of a friend, said, I have a trunk full of money and I want in.
Oh.
Yeah. We are the only two partners.
We should have taken her up.
I know,
on
we
that.
should. Darn it. No, kidding. Yeah.
5 Star Bank, the Entrepreneurs Bank, they are good people all the way around. Yeah, it's great to have those kind of partners. Well, any closing thoughts as we wrap up? First of all, let me say thank you for this. This means a lot, and it really is appreciated. And entrepreneurship's not for everybody, but you two seem to make it look fun, right? It sounds fun. This is an inspiring, view of what entrepreneurship is, because you're winning, you're having fun with it, you're making people happy, you're helping them with their success. So you make entrepreneurship look fun, I think, today by being on the show. So thank you.
Well, thank you. It is fun. It's fun when you love your partner and you respect them. And it has been a blast. I mean, there's been some hard moments, some really hard moments. But for me personally, I was proud of what we built and creating an environment for local stylists to leave school, come in, have a job where they didn't have to rent a station, buy products, buy tools, buy chairs. And we provided a job for them. We feed them and we help them grow. The other thing I'm really proud of is we survived. We're thriving post-pandemic. Mm-hmm. And I hate to even keep talking about it, but it has not been easy. And it's due to our clients and our team. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is we feel what's really important is our community and investing in our community. And we have been the mayors of, I think, our community. We help anybody who walks through our doors. Hey, we're having a fundraiser, or would you guys be interested in donating this? Or how? It's like we're always like yes. And how can we help you? How can we help you be successful? So we love that too.
Yeah. We've opened our doors for 2 years in a row in February to the American Heart Association, the Go Red for Women campaign, which is raising funds to educate women about heart health. We both, really why we look so exhausted is we both just put on or worked with the team at St. John's Program for Real Change to put on this year's Party for Change.
Nice.
So that's really why we look tired.
You don't look tired. You look great. Yeah, if you're listening on a podcast, you need to go back and rewatch this because we have some very attractive women here. They do not look tired.
This is a couch that
I know.
So thank you both for coming on the show. Thank you for making my daughter look great. And I mean, I think it's helping her with a real estate career. So it's good for me too.
Oh, that's a good testimony.
Well, we want to invite you in. We're going to get, you got to come in.
All right. I'm not going to grow my hair out long for like Keith Urban again. I don't intend to unless we have another. We'll
don't say that.
Yeah, no.
We'll never do that. But
another long weekend.
But maybe I will get in there.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
It'd be fun.
It would be fun. You would love that.
It's just
you would
fun.
love it. We would love it.
Okay.
To have you in our shop. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
You bet.
Thanks for watching today's show. My goal for every episode is that you find a takeaway, something tangible you can use in your business today. And if you have a comment about a favorite takeaway, feel free to put it in the box below. And if you have a topic that you'd like me to bring up on the show, don't forget to let me know. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to learn more about entrepreneurship. Because at Haney Biz, we are always by your side.